Good afternoon all. So today we are going to discuss evaluation of antimicrobial potency. That means to check whether the antimicrobial agent which we are using are effective or not. So after the revolution in the golden era, when almost all groups of important antibiotics such as tetracyclines, cephalosporins, aminoglycosides, macrolides, etc., these antibiotics were discovered. And the main problem of the chemotherapy was solved in 1960s. But the history repeats itself nowadays. And these exciting compounds, why? These exciting compounds are now in danger of losing their efficacy because of the increase in microbial resistance. Currently, its impact is considerable with the treatment failures associated with multi-drug-resistant bacteria, and it has become a global concern to public. So, the treatment failures are associated with MDR bacteria, and it became now a global concern. Discovery of the new antibiotics. It is an exclusively important objective. Natural products are still one of the major sources of these new drug molecules today. And these natural products of these antibiotics are derived from prokaryotic bacteria, eukaryotic microorganisms, plants, and various other animal organisms. Microbial and plant products, they may occupy the major part of the antimicrobial compounds which are discovered until now. Now, a variety of antimicrobial methods are used to evaluate or screen the in vitro antimicrobial activity of an extract or a pure compound. And among them, the most known and basic methods to check the potency of antimicrobial agents are disk diffusion and broth dilution or agar dilution methods. Other methods are also used apart from disk diffusion and dilution methods. They are especially used for testing antifungal agents, such as the tests are included are poison food technique. And to study the antimicrobial effect of agents in depth, time kill test and flow cytometric methods. And the flow cytometric methods are recommended. These two methods are recommended to study the antimicrobial effects of an agent in depth. And this may provide the information on the nature of inhibitory effect, which can be either bactericidal or bacteriostatic, and also time dependent or concentration dependent. The action of antibiotic is either time dependent or either or it may be concentration dependent, and also it may provide the information apart from inhibitory effect, information about the cell damage which are inflicted to the test microorganisms. So these are the other methods apart from diffusion and dilution methods. Owing to the new attraction to the properties of new antimicrobial products like combating multi-drug resistant bacteria, it is very important to develop a better understanding of current methods which are available for screening or quantifying the antimicrobial effect of an extract or a pure compound for its application in human health. So coming to the different methods. First one is diffusion method. Among this diffusion method to check the antimicrobial potency, first mentioned method is agar disk diffusion method. Agar disk diffusion testing, it was developed in 1940s, and this was the methodology for this method. This was developed by CLSI. Although not all fastidious bacteria can be tested accurately by this method, but the standardization has been made to test certain fastidious bacterial pathogens like Streptococci, Haemophilus influenzae, Haemophilus parainfluenzae, Neisseria gonorrhoeae, and Neisseria meningitis using specific culture media and various incubation conditions and interpretive criteria for the incubation zones. So this type of fastidious bacteria can be accurately tested and their action on antimicrobial agents can be tested. In this well-known procedure, agar plates are first of all inoculated with a standardized inoculum of the test organism. Then a filter paper disc, which is the diameter is 6 millimeter, containing the test compound, that is antimicrobial agent, at a particular desired concentration. These filter paper strips or discs are placed on the surface of agar. The petri dishes are incubated at suitable conditions. Then generally this what happens? This antimicrobial agent which are present within the disc diffuses into the agar and they inhibit what? Germination and growth of the test organism. And then we can interpret the results by measuring the diameters of inhibition growth zones. Look this picture. This is the agar diffusion method of microbial. First picture is agar diffusion method of microbial extract using Candida albicans as test organism. B, that is agar diffusion methods using Aspergillus niger. The black color is Aspergillus niger colony as test organism. The next one is agar plug diffusion method for Bacillus against albicans. So these are the different methods, different procedures or different organisms using agar diffusion method. And this agar, in the agar diffusion method, antibiogram can be provided which gives qualitative results by categorizing the bacteria either susceptible or intermediate susceptible or resistant. And this method is a typing tool based on the resistant phenotype of the microbial strain tested. Its outcome also guide clinicians in the appropriate selection of empiric treatments and the antibiotics used for individual patients in particular situations. Next is about disadvantages. However, since the bacterial growth inhibition does not mean the bacterial death, so this method cannot distinguish the bactericidal and bacteriostatic effects. The agar diffusion method, it is not appropriate to determine what minimum inhibitory concentration. So these are the disadvantages, as it is impossible to quantify the amount of antimicrobial agent which are diffused into the agar. So this method, it is impossible to quantify how much amount of antimicrobial agents are diffused. Apart from disadvantages, there are certain advantages, that is simplicity, that is low cost and ability to test enormous number of microorganisms and also antimicrobial agents. The easy to interpret results are provided. Moreover, several studies have demonstrated the great interest in patients who suffer from bacterial infection of an antibiotherapy based on the antibiogram of the causative agent. Next is about dilution methods. In the dilution methods, so we have finished diffusion method. Next is dilution method. It is the most appropriate ones for determining MIC, that means minimum inhibitory concentration values of antibiotics, since they offer the possibility to estimate the concentration of tested antimicrobial agent in the agar. So in this method, the antimicrobial agent can be tested. How concentration of antimicrobial agent in the agar can be estimated. Whereas in the diffusion method, we can estimate the concentration of tested antimicrobial agent. So in this method, we can estimate the concentration using agar dilution method or broth medium. It is either macro dilution or micro dilution. Either the broth or agar dilution method, this may be used to quantitatively measure the in vitro antimicrobial activity against bacteria and fungi. MIC value recorded is defined as lowest concentration of assayed antimicrobial agent that inhibits visible growth of microorganism tested. So that is the MIC value. So it can be defined as lowest concentration of assayed antimicrobial agent and that inhibits the visible growth of microorganism tested, and it is usually expressed in microgram per ml or milligram per liter. There are many approved guidelines for the dilution antimicrobial susceptibility testing of fastidious and non-fastidious bacteria, yeast and filamentous fungi. The most recognized standards, those are provided by CLSI and European Committee on Antimicrobial Susceptibility Testing. So these are about dilution methods, and the next session we can discuss about agar dilution method and also minimum bactericidal concentration. In this session we have discussed minimum inhibitory concentration. In next session we can discuss MBC, that is minimum bactericidal concentration. So in the case of MBC, that is, we have already discussed MIC, minimum inhibitory concentration. In the case of MBC, that is minimum bactericidal concentration, determination of this MBC or MFC. MFC means minimum fungicidal concentration. It is also known as minimum lethal concentration, and it is the most common estimation of either bactericidal or fungicidal activity. So in this method we can estimate the bactericidal activity or fungicidal activity. And the MBC is defined as lowest concentration of antimicrobial agent which are needed to kill 99.9% of final inoculum after incubation for 24 hours under a standardized set of conditions, in which this MBC can be determined after broth macro dilution or micro dilution. How? By subculturing the samples from the wells or tubes. So in the MIC we are performed the test in tubes. So from that tubes we are taking inoculum and subculturing into the plates. And if it yield a negative microbial growth after incubation on the surface of non-selective agar plates, it determines the number of surviving cells, that is colony forming units or CFU per ml after 24 hours of incubation. So the bactericidal endpoint has been subjectively defined as lowest concentration at which 99.9% of final inoculum is killed. So lowest concentration is the MBC. A lowest concentration ഇത്രയും മൈക്രോ ഓർഗാനിസംസ് കില്ലാവേണ്ടത്. അപ്പോഴാണ് അതിൻ്റെ ബാക്ടീരിസൈഡൽ ആക്ടിവിറ്റി ഡിറ്റർമിൻ